Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. In today's video we will be doing part 4 of stash busting, and this video will be purse/bag edition. So in this video we will be crocheting away a lot of my cotton yarn that I haven't used that's sort of Halloween themed, even though it's summer, because we still need to crochet away even if it's not the right time of year. I can still use that yarn and then sell it at Halloween time, and then it will already be pre-made, or just list it now and see if it sells. So I'm gonna make as many as I can in this week, and we will see how many I can make in a week and how much yarn I can de-stash. So I've already gone ahead and started this, so I do have the statistics for you to just get going with. I am using Friends Hobbii 6/8 yarn, and I'm double stranding that with a 5mm hook, and that is taking up 84 grams of yarn. So those are the metrics that I'm working off. I have quite a few balls of that still left in my stash, so we will be going through as much of that as we can in this week, and hopefully this will be the only week of doing that. So yeah, I have a few bags to show that I already finished because I already started this video but I didn't film the intro. So yeah, I will show you those bags now and then we will continue to make some bags. So here we have these 3 bags that I've finished so far. Each one of them has taken me 2 days on average. So I started with this one. This one took me 2 days. I finished the body of the bag and then I just did the straps on the next day. This one took me 1 day, and then I started this one when I'd finished that one. So I completely finished this bag in 2 days, and then I completely finished this bag in 1 day. So in total for this video we've already made 1, 2, 3 bags. This is a colorway. I double stranded a lighter and a darker orange color. This is a black and a grey, and this is a multicolored yarn, which is this yarn, which is now deflated because I had some scraps to use. So yeah, in total the amount of days this has taken, this is 2 days, 2 days and 1 day, which means in our metric of 1 week, even though I'm not doing it in a consecutive week, this has taken 5 days so far. So I think we will be able to make 1 more bag. I'm thinking this kind of colorway. I will show you this in a second. So this colorway, it's kind of similar to the one we just used. This is the colorway I'm thinking for the next bag, and this is the colorway that we used for the last one. So you can see it's kind of similar. The main difference is that this one has grey in it and this one doesn't. So yeah, I want to use that up. I have 2 lots of that, so I would technically be able to get, I think, 2 bags out of that, and then maybe some scrappy bags after that. We'll see how much we have left over, because before this I was always making coasters with this yarn and nothing else. So this is a big change, but I do like the colorways that I've done so far. I will show a few pictures on the screen now of what the yarn looked like to begin with. So first the orange yarn, and then the black and grey yarn, and then the sort of like these 2 balls when I started that, because those are scraps that we also used up. So now these 3 bags are finished over the course of the first 5 days. I am going to get started with this bag. Yes, it's not so much of a sort of like update progress as we go along kind of video, but I wasn't really feeling like filming for the first half of this video, so I just did the crocheting. So of course I haven't done as much as it seems because I didn't film day by day. Of course, I've got the same shirt on as in the intro, as it is the same day. I'm just showing you what we've already done. So it's technically day 5 and we have 2 more days to make as many bags as we can. So yeah, even though I'm not doing this consecutively, that's how long we have left. And I will start this bag. I think I'm gonna start with these sort of like scrappy balls first, and then I'm going to move on to the skeins that are still full of yarn. So I will get into that and I will update you guys just in case you're interested. This is a bag pattern that I'm coming up with on the spot. So I'm chaining 37 and then going around and chaining up. I am doing single crochets for 22 rows, and I will show you when I have a bit of the bag completed and anything that I notice about the bag. So a little update for you guys. I wanted to show you how I am turning my work. So I have my first foundation chain and then my foundation row done here. And I wanted to show you that in the end I am just single crocheting 3 into the same stitch to let me turn my work, and then I'm just gonna go the other way and just build the bag from there. So what I was doing is crocheting into the back loops and the back lumps and not the normal sort of chain space that you would normally crochet into. So as you can see now, I have these little V's on the other side. I don't know if you can see that yet, on the other side. So that makes my job on the other side a lot easier, so that once I get around here, I am going to slip stitch into this tiny little loop there, and then we are going to start all of the normal single crochet rows just all around the 22 rows. At the minute, my pace per row based on the other bags that I made was 3 minutes and 38 seconds per row, which is not too bad. I thought it would take me more around the 2-minute mark per row, which is almost half. But I can see if I can speed up a little bit for this bag, because then I might be able to, like, I don't know, sell these for like a better price. So it's discounted more because it takes me less time. I'm not gonna like push myself, like really try and crochet fast, because then my hands just start shaking and that doesn't work. But I mean, I'm just sort of gonna like groove with it. If you don't look at the time, a lot of the time I end up being faster than I think I am. And also the rows get faster as you go along, because there's sort of like less flopping around of the bag and it becomes more sturdy as you go along, versus when you're just doing like these few rows. This takes a lot longer, so I do time the rows further up and not the ones lower down, because they obviously take more time and aren't the right equivalent for every single row. So I'd rather just times those bigger rows and then times it for all the rows, so that I have an accurate representation of not only how much time it takes me, but hopefully I can get the time down so that it doesn't cost as much for the consumer. So yeah, I will finish up this row and I will update you when I'm on row 5 or 10 of this bag. So I have completed my 5 rows that I said I would complete, and I've had an odd discovery with these 5 rows. I do like the way that the colours are building up. They're not as stripy as the last one, which I do actually like. They're a lot more sporadic. I have had like this weird revelation that this cotton yarn especially is quite like temperamental. It's 8/4 print actually, not 6/4. But this yarn is softer. I don't know if anybody else has had this problem with hobbii yarn specifically. This yarn is a lot softer, and I mean, I'm not complaining, I like a soft yarn, But then, for example, the first one that I started on, this is like so harsh. This is very like typical bag texture, typical bag feel, and I don't know why, but this is like almost like a different yarn entirely. Just like really soft, really nice to work with, really nice cotton. They're both really nice, but it's just like different. I'm not sure if anybody else has had this problem with hobbii yarn. And it's not that I bought them in separate batches. This was all in the same batch. I can even show a picture here. I bought loads of this hobbii yarn originally because I thought I would be making a blanket with it, which didn't come to fruition, and then I just had lots left here, which I'm of course working through at the minute. So yeah, I don't know if you have this problem with it sort of being really soft and really harsh in some skeins and then like changing through colors, because this print I haven't used before, but this is the amount that I've got at the minute. I'm using this little scrap ball because this was from me untangling something else, a jumper I was going to make. So yeah, I've got this tiny little scrap ball, and then when I complete that little scrap, I am going to move on to this ball and then these balls if I need to, but I don't think I will need to. But these are what I will be using for the next bag or the bag after next if I make another one. So yeah, I will be continuing. I've now got 5 rows done, and I think I'll update you either at 10 rows or 20 rows. We'll just see how it goes, or when I finish the body of the bag. So yeah. Okay, so we are back. I have done up until row 17. It's looking really nice, and even going in a sort of zigzag stripy thing on the side, as you can see there, just across. I am 17 rows through, and I plan on doing 24 rows like I did with my other bags there. So that means that we are going to do 7 more rows. Yeah, 7 more rows, and then this bag will be complete. So just 7, so that's about that much, and then just over the top there. Yeah, I think once I've completed the base of the bag, I'm going to take a little break, and then maybe tomorrow we will continue with the straps, and I will update you guys when I have finished the base of the bag. So we have now got our 24 rows finished, and I really like this pattern that it's produced there. And now I am separating for the strap, which I just chain 70 for, and I slip stitch 2 over, and I make the strap 5 single crochets wide and then 2 slip stitch rows on the other side when I go all the way around at the end. So I think I'm going to slip stitch over, section it off for when I actually do the strap, and then I'm going to leave it a bit and then come back to it later in the evening, because I think now it's about 3:30. I'm going to go off and do some studying, and then I'm going to come back to it around 6, and we can get it done for about, I don't know, 8 o'clock, and then we will have another bag for the books finished. So welcome back, guys. I haven't recorded in a while. This bag did take me longer than the allotted time, but I'm still going to count it as it's taken me 1 day, because I've been super busy, and this is actually the first day that I've truly worked on it, and I only finished up the strap, so I am gonna count it as completed within this week, even though it wasn't completed in this week because I was traveling. As you can see by the different scenery, I was traveling, so I am not going to count it as taking more than the week. So here is our final bag that we finished. So this is the pattern, this is what it looks like, and then I will show you guys all of the different bags that we made in this week. As you can see, the pattern on the inside, the outside, I sewed in all these ends, and I will show you guys all the bags we have actually made this week. This is now completed, and yeah, I'll show you those now. So So here are all the bags that we technically completed this week. So in the span of 7 days, we were consecutively working on this project. I managed to finish 5 bags. These two look the same, but as you can see, they are 2 different bags. So we started off the week with this one, made off camera. And then we made this one, also partly off camera, which took 2 days. So I think this one took 1 day, this one took 2 days, and then we get into these ones. So this one took 1 day, and then in that same day we started this one and then completed that in another day, just finishing the straps. And then of course the most recent one, which looks exactly the same as that one here, is the one that we completed today, but it technically counts as the week because I couldn't finish it before then because I was traveling. So yeah, we managed to get 5 bags / purses of the same pattern done within a week. Yes, I know it's like a Halloween colour palette, but this yarn still does need to get destashed at the end of the day, even though it's not Halloween or anywhere close to it at the minute. So with that, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the bags you saw in this video, you can always go to my Etsy and they'll probably be on there, or things similar to it. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!